again, welcome into this episode of FPL Focus. Like I told you, we have to look at how my team is going to be lining up for game week 14. And let's first try to quickly look at the fixtures. Crystal Palace is going to be playing against Liverpool, Southampton, Man City, Everton, Arsenal, Newcastle, Fulham, Brighton, Sheffield, Spurs against Leicester, Manchester United against Leeds, West Brom against Aston Villa, Burnley at home against Wolves, Chelsea at home against West Ham. So, looking at these fixtures, then we can now look at which fixture could be good. They are good fixtures, those who are medium, which are just medium, and then there are those which are bad. For example, if you have Crystal Palace players and they are playing against Liverpool, that would be bad for Crystal Palace and good for Liverpool because Liverpool is a strong team. Southampton, Man City, they all have their form. Southampton is not doing bad looking at their last game weeks, and Man City just a disappointment from West Brom last game week. But otherwise they had pulled up nice performance against Burnley, against Fulham. Then Everton, Arsenal, anyone could win. Newcastle at Fulham, anyone could win still, but then Newcastle could still be having a smaller edge on as compared to Fulham. Brighton, Sheffield, Brighton has an edge compared to Sheffield, but not that big. Then Spurs is going to be playing Leicester. This game is at Spurs is hosting the game. For those who have Hurricane, those who have Spurs players, they could get points because Leicester of recent is not really performing as expected. Looking at their last 3 game weeks, their best was against Brighton, but then Spurs has been on form. Man U playing Leeds. Those who have Manchester United players, this could be a good fixture for you. Aston Villa, West Brom. Those who have Aston Villa players, this could be a good game week for you. Unfortunately, of recent, West Brom is also waking up and they are also doing well. Yeah, so you get into them as you also have to think. Then Burnley is going to be playing Wolves. Burnley is down there, but Wolves is also not so good, putting into consideration they don't have their main striker Jimenez, who is out for until we don't know. And then Chelsea against West Ham. Chelsea could win that game, but looking at the previous, like West Ham is one of the teams that has not gone minus scoring against a certain team. So keeping up a clean sheet if you have Chelsea defenders could be a little bit hard, but it is possible. In the end, it's football. Everything is possible. So by the time I dived into this, I was showing you that I had Edward Mendy from Chelsea, the goalkeeper, but then I substituted him, or I sold him out for Martinez, looking at the fact that he is going to be playing against West Brom, and yeah, he has been making nice saves for the last 3 game weeks. For the last 3 game weeks, he has really performed very well. Elsewhere in the defense, I think I'll be leaving my defense as it is. I have Robin Diaz here because I normally use 3 defenders. Robin Diaz here will still be my defender, Justin and Chilwell. That's another reason as to why I've tried to deal away with Edward Mendy, because every time Chilwell loses a clean sheet, it so happens to Edward Mendy. In the midfield, Grealish against West Brom, I think I'll go for him again. Kevin De Bruyne against Southampton, I will go for him again. Bruno Fernandes Leeds, I'll keep him around. Aston Villa, Armstrong is going to be playing against Man City. this one, I don't think Southampton can pull up something very big, but then I don't feel bad having Armstrong, and it's just 5.5 million. Then Vardy also against Tottenham. Vardy against Tottenham. I think I'm giving Vardy my last game. Yeah, I'm keeping him around for this game week. Kane against Leicester, I'll keep him around, and then Wilson against Fulham. This is where I really expect Wilson to do something good for me. At least score me a goal in the 3 game weeks that I bought him. Yeah, let him at least score me 1 goal, and that way it would have paid off. So let me confirm my transfers. So having confirmed my transfers, I can now look at how my team is going to be lining up for game week 14. Looking at the best captain choice. Last week we had Kevin De Bruyne. This time he's playing against Southampton. He's already playing an away game, and then Bruno Fernandes, he's playing at home against Leeds. Leeds is a team that can take in as many goals as possible, but they will also respond. So if you have a player who is going to be involved in scoring those goals against them, that would be very good. Then Bruno Fernandes he's one of the contenders. Then also Kevin De Bruyne against Southampton, just that this time around they are going to play from away. Harry Kane against Leicester. Leicester is not that weak, though I expect Harry Kane also to do very well. At the same time, there is Jimmy Vardy against Tottenham. So as here for me as FPL focus, I'll be choosing Bruno Fernandes for my as my captain for game week 14. Looking at it in a way that Bruno Fernandes, he's playing at home. Leeds can score, but Leeds can also consider as many goals as that team can score. So I'll captain Bruno Fernandes, and then I'll go for Harry Kane as my vice captain in case he doesn't play. On the bench, I think I will leave it as it is. Everyone will line up as they are on the bench, since they normally don't play. They normally don't have playing time. As I said in the previous video, it's kind of risky for you to have players on the bench who don't really play, but I always try to make sure that the player I bring on my team is a starter and he's in good conditions. That's why I normally make my substitutions, or rather I normally make my buys at the end of the day almost. The game week is almost starting. So that said, save my team. It's good. So that's as for game week 14. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can always comment, share with us everything that you want to ask, which player to bring in your team and who to sell. Yeah, we can always try to advise you here and there. You know, we are not the best, but then we can always advise, and I know there are a lot of people out there who are looking out for this information. So I'll end here and wish you all the best for game week 14, hoping we shall score good marks